There's only two things you need to know if you want to write a story that works. Whether you're writing a novel or a screenplay, or you're even designing your very own tabletop role-playing game, there are two fundamental elements that you need to decide ahead of time that are going to help you write a story that works. If you're new to my channel, I'm Maureen Wiley. I teach writing classes and I'm a book coach. This spring, I'm hosting a free 90-day novel incubator where, alongside a community of writers, you can learn all the fundamentals of creating your own story blueprint. If you want to join us, check out the link below. We meet every week for some story lessons, some creative exercises, and live group coaching in order to help you write the story that you've always dreamed of writing. Our first session was so enjoyable that I decided to make a video about our topics. In week one, we started with genre, because good storytelling depends on knowing your story's genre. This idea comes from the wonderful book, The Story Grid by Sean Coyne. This is one of my storytelling Bibles, and I draw upon it a lot in my own book coaching because I find the approach to writing a story that works from expert in the publishing world, Sean Coyne, to be extremely effective for people who have always dreamed of writing a novel but never really knew either how to get started or what to do when they inevitably get stuck in their story structure. Why do we have to start with genre? Your genre defines your story's promise to your reader. Readers choose what stories they're going to read and what films they're going to watch based on their expectations, based on what they think the writer is promising. So if they want to read a love story, they'll pick up a book that has that promise to the reader that we're going to see two people meeting, falling in love, obstacles getting in the way, and ultimately a happily ever after. When we're scrolling through Netflix looking for a new TV show to watch, if we're looking in a particular genre, we have expectations as the viewer that certain things will be contained in that story. Sean Coyne refers to those as the conventions of the genre and the obligatory scenes. Starting with genre is important because it gives you a structure to follow. So many people say that they want to write a novel, and I know a lot of people are interested in creating their own fiction content, whether that is a web series or writing their own screenplay or even writing and filming their own movie. And if you want to do that effectively, you have to have the right ingredients, aka the conventions of your chosen genre. You also need to include the particular scenes that your audience is going to expect to see, and you have to do them in a unique and surprising way. These moments that you must have, according to Sean Coyne, are known as the obligatory scenes of your genre. And ultimately, the goal of abiding by the conventions and obligatory scenes of your genre is to craft a story that is satisfying to your audience. For the aspiring authors in my novel incubator this spring, genre provides an anchor to the theme of their stories. One of our writers is writing a society genre novel, and society genres are all about the individual versus society. Oftentimes the elements of society that are broken or even corrupt. A lot of people are interested in writing thrillers, which are all about the life and death stakes and often contain the convention of the potential for justice or injustice. Love stories are all about the theme of intimacy, trust, and union, and sometimes what challenges those things. The beauty of knowing your genre before you begin is that it can help prevent writer's block. When you know what genre you're writing, you're not going to be reinventing the wheel. There are certain elements that your audience is going to expect, and that doesn't have to be a problem. It doesn't mean your story is going to be formulaic. In fact, in the words of playwright David Mamet, your conventions and obligatory scenes should be surprising yet inevitable. It's that sense of reading a story where something happens that makes total sense in the world of the characters, and yet it still comes as a surprise. It's the ultimate satisfaction for the reader. When you know your genre, you know that you already have a form and a purpose to aim for when writing your story. The beauty of this creative constraint is that it actually helps you to explore your creativity in a boundaried way that is incredibly generative. You can learn learn how to innovate by exploring and playing within the bounds of your chosen genre. And most importantly, for those moments when you're feeling some self-doubt or perhaps you've written yourself into a story corner, knowing your genre means that you can revise with purpose. You can look at what you've written so far and recognize what is missing in terms of my genre's conventions. Are there any obligatory scenes that I've left out by accident? This is where genre acts as a spotlight on the crucial elements that your story might be missing, and then you can go write them. In our first week of the Novel Incubator, I went over a variety of genres, including the conventions and obligatory scenes, which I cover in this video up here. And if you'd like to watch the replay from our Novel Incubators Week 1, you can check out my Substack in the link below.